So how I want to do this is I want to share the screen on here. There we go. We've got some questions. So what I want you to do is I want you to answer these in your notes, in the chat section, sorry. If you don't feel comfortable answering in the chat section, you can always go and personal message me and we'll answer these questions. So as you can see on our whiteboard, we've got who has been through a divorce themselves. Now I'm guessing, actually I'm not guessing, I'm knowing everybody on here today is already divorced or still going through a divorce. Having said that, regardless of ourselves, I know we're here for us, but regardless of ourselves, we're actually all aware of somebody who has been through it as well. You know, we've got a, could be our mother, you know, maybe you're the child of a divorced parent, maybe you're the divorcee yourself, maybe your own children are going through a divorce, maybe your sister or your auntie or your neighbour or one of your best friends, someone you work with. You know, it's like that there's millions of us, you know, and you got to take a moment back and kind of just not think about your own feelings. I know they help you gain compassion for what other women are going through. I know everybody's circumstances are different. Some of us come out, some of you come out of a divorce totally okay with that. You know, you have no bitterness, no anger, no resentments, no fears. There we go, lots of spelling mistake. You know, some of you come out unscathed, and that's amazing if you do. You know, if you don't have to fight for property, fight for your home, you know, fight for your children, fight for materialistic things. You know, if you're not doing any of that, then you're on a winner, because most people I speak to come out scathed, come out injured, and have to work on not only trying to recoup all the material stuff they've lost, you know, their life beings, you know, they're trying to, you know, recoup themselves, you know, re-evaluate who they are, and you know, what do I do with myself? You know, what do I do with my children? My children are now potentially damaged, because as much as we all try and do the best for our children, my goodness, it's like you never know until later on in life. You never know what the actual divorce and what our behaviour and actions and how we deal with that and them, how it affects them growing up. I mean, I'm screwed. You know, I didn't realise how much, until I started doing this work, how much actually being the child of divorced parents affected my entire life, how it portrayed me as a person, how it injured me, how it damaged me, how I am now still healing because of the effects of my parents and how they parented me and how their divorce affected me. And you know, you got to think about that. When I was first the parent, the mum of a divorce, and I had children, I have to tell you, I did everything that I thought I should do, not how, and everything against what my own parents did. So I kind of like went probably a little bit too much on the other side, overthought it. And, you know, what was important to me was stability, having the father in the life as well as the mother, you know, making sure they had a roof over their head and making sure that, you know, they had food and clean clothes. To me, that was good parenting. That had done wrong, you know, not dissing a dad in front of them. You know, I'm not saying I didn't do that to my friends behind their back, but I never made them choose. In fact, quite often I would make them go to their father's house, even though I know they didn't want to do, because at the end of the day, he needed that responsibility too. And what he did with them, whether I liked it or not, had to be on him. I couldn't take that responsibility. And it was really hard, really, really, really hard to not, to not want to take over and go, these are my babies, please do this, please do that, this is how we do it. And I'm not saying there weren't times we didn't try that, but, at the end of the day, we lost that right to have our say in their homes, and that's letting go. That's letting go. That's letting that control and that power. That's trusting. And I know it's hard sometimes, but we have to do the right thing. So anyway, so just think about all that when you think about somebody else apart from yourself that's also going through or actually divorced, and what would you have wanted? Would you have wanted somebody to, come and just give us a hug? Not right now through isolation, but somebody to just come and say, are you okay? Do you need a break? Do you need someone to talk to? Do you want to rant to somebody? Somebody that's impartial. If I'd have had someone like myself, I mean, I had some amazing friends. I have to say, I always had someone to rant to, and I had a few friends who, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately for me, but unfortunately for the circumstances, were going through it around the same time. So we had each other. We were very lucky to help us get through that, and I have so much gratitude for that. But I know so many women do not even have that pleasure. But if I'd have had someone on a professional basis that had been there and done that and could look at it from a different angle, that would have protected me from a lot of self-sabotage, because I just didn't know how to deal with all my feelings. So you need to remember that, okay? So okay, we'll move on to number 2. Are you actually comfortable talking about divorce? This is the thing. I know after my first divorce, for me, I felt shame. I was like, I don't know if I was shamed, but embarrassed. I was still sort of like in my 20s, had 3 children, divorced. Who the friggin' hell's gonna want to take on this baggage? So you got a whole new level to work on. You got a whole new concept here. You're like, it's not just me. I need someone who's gonna want us all. And again, I was fortunate. I got that. Okay, that didn't end well, obviously, because as much as for the time we were together, it was an amazing relationship all around, apart from cheating, so it wasn't that amazing, obviously. But our side of it, the co-parenting side, the support that I got from me and the father figure that I got, and we were involved with his family and the ex-family, and it was a really good community. It was absolutely fabulous, and I thought my life was perfect, but clearly not. Hey, so at first I actually didn't like to admit that, or someone in my 20s, I'm divorced with 3 kids. I didn't want to be another statistic, so I held that shame. And then obviously divorced twice, I was like, geez, I just went for someone that was just going to be a bit of fun for 8 years. And it was a lot of fun, but just be careful what you wish for, because I didn't get the father figure because I didn't need that. However, didn't get any connection with the children, and that's equally hard. That's probably harder, actually, to be fair, because I was living a double life. I was living a life with my mum, and our social aspects of life, and then I was living a life as mum, fighting and battling these teenagers, and it was like, I just being a people pleaser and trying to keep everybody happy was just draining me, absolutely draining me. And I was just a mess inside because I just could not deal with all this. And at one point, I even had to give my youngest child to his dad. I just could not cope with the pressures. I was getting no support. So for a year, unfortunately for my son, I had to hand the reins over. I was like, I can't do this. He was misbehaving. I just didn't know how to deal with it, as well as try and keep a full-time job, this partner happy, my, you know, all my 3 children happy, and run a house. And it was just freaking hard work. I'm not going to deny it. It was so freaking hard. So anyway, I mean, now, you know, it's gone, it's done and dusted, you know, and I can talk about it freely and absolutely love talking about it, because, you know, you have to do this. You've got to talk about it. You've got to get it out. But how do you feel? You know, how are you feeling about talking about it? At what stage are you? You know, keep putting your notes in, or let's have a talk about it later. And we're going to go to number 4. Oh no, sorry, we're still only on number 3. Yeah, for those of you who are divorced, which on this call is most of you, all of you even, did you want it? Did you want the divorce? Make sure you write all this down. Did you want your divorce? Was it your choice? Was you ever happy about it? Are you still unhappy about it? Even though it was your choice, you know, what's all your feelings on this? Get it all written down, because this is all part of the healing process as well. Journaling's amazing. I could do a whole shebang. In fact, I should. Yeah, what was your story? You know, on first time for me, I've got different stories. I've been divorced twice and separated from other relationships which were equally hurtful for one way or another. Still takes on its little scars, and these little micro scars end up being like big ones. You know, they all come together, and you carry that weight. You know, you just carry it around with you until you just sit yourself down in your safety net and you talk about it. You've got to, because I had a lot of years where I actually thought, you know, I'm strong. You know, I've managed so far. You know, I've not had to talk about it. It's all right. You know, it's leave it where it is. You know, if it's not here to me, it don't bother me. But it does come back. It does come back and grab you in the ass, because if you don't deal with it now, you think you're okay, but you're not. You just putting it to the back, and it stays there. Okay, it stays heavy on your mind. It stays heavy on your heart. You may be hiding it, but it is always there. So unless you bring it to the front, discuss it, deal with it, process your emotions and stuff, and then let it just disappear, then it's going to make room for you. It's going to make room for you to actually move forward. That is true strength, is dealing with the vulnerability of it. The power can be yours. This is what I say, reclaim your power is by dealing with it and letting it go, okay? It's fucking hard. I'm not going to sit here and say, you know, well, I didn't, you could do it. Well, you can, and I did, and I still am doing, should I say. You know, it's not going to go overnight. That's a fact. So anyway, a lot for you to think about just in that. And we have got 8 questions. I'll try and quick this on a little bit for you ladies. Number 4. How do you feel about your ex now? I love this question. Do you like him? Do you hate him? Are you angry? Are you bitter? Are you nasty? Do you not give a toss? Don't you think about him? Because I bet you do. Even if you're happy now, I'm happy in my marriage. I'm happy in my relationship. I'm happy in myself. Doesn't mean to say that I do not think about a few of the exes now and again. Triggers, things enter your head. They're not all amazing thoughts, and they're not all bad thoughts. They're just thoughts, you know, because of course we do. Why wouldn't we? It's been a part of our life. And for those of you that goes, no, or not allowed to talk about a relationship, that's unhealthy. Okay, I've been there too. Too afraid to talk about an ex. That is not how you get over an ex. You have to deal with it. And there's lots of ways I can help with that one. And you can help yourself with that one too as well. But how do you really feel? You know, take your time. What what do you see him as? How are you picturing him right now? Oh my god, I got so much fun for this one. Okay. Oh, here we go. Number 5. Do you want to get married again? Do you? Can you see yourself in that beautiful wedding dress again? Can you see yourself with another ring on your finger? Well, wait. Don't hurl abuse at me. So where you are right now, okay? So where you are now, unless you are remarried, of course, because I know there's a few of us on here that are, like myself. If you are remarried, did you ever think you was? Can you remember the time when you was like, I'm never going to get married again? I've been that person. Never ever going to get married again. No, I'm happy in my little old life. Love being, and I do love being with myself. And a lot of years I hated it, but that's because I didn't know who I was. I wasn't comfortable. I was hurt. I was hiding all this shame and fear and bitterness and angerness, and I just didn't know what to do with it. And so, yeah, it was like, no, it's not happening. But actually, I love being married. I love being on my own as well now, but I actually love being married. It's actually a wonderful feeling. So if I end up in my lifetime married 10 times, then I end up married 10 times. It's just the way it is. I'm not saying it's what I want to do, because of course I don't. I would ideally have liked to be married to one person my entire life, but you know, I'm not here for that. That's not been my purpose. So I'm not going to argue it. It's just I had to just accept that, you know, this is the way my life's been planned out for me. So let's deal with it. So, but where are you? Where are you now? Okay, 6. Okay, what's your worst fear right now? For those of you that are still struggling, even if you're not struggling with being divorced because you're in a happy relationship right now, what are you fearing? I mean, a lot of people right now are hooked up on this fear of dying or becoming ill or losing loved ones because of the COVID-19. And yeah, I get that. Not just the death, but it's an uncertain time for all of us right now. I mean, we have to stick to the rules. You know, a lot of us are not allowed out the house, or if we do, only if you're a key worker or getting exercise. You know, fear of having no income hits us all. The fear of like you say, not seeing people again. Where do I take my life? How long we're going to be like this for? What's going to happen when we're out the other side? We've all got different things that we worry about. I actually sounds really bad. I actually got ill through it myself. And it's not because I caught the virus. I believe I have a virus, but I haven't got the coronavirus because I've been tested for it, which is horrible, by the way. And my eyes are just, I mean, my eyes are really sore at the moment, I don't know if you can see them, but they're both like really, really sore. And I have a sore throat. I'm at home, so I'm okay. And it is from taking on the worry. It's from taking on all the energy of everything that's going on around us. And, you know, we all have some fear. So I'm holding on to some fear. It's like, I don't know what I'm looking at. You know, we all are uncertain about something. So, and I'm sure you have that on top of, or at least some of it on top of your personal fears from what you've also given you. I mean, that's like a double whammy, surely. So what are your fears, okay? What are you fearing right now? And for whatever your fear is, can you see an end to it? Can you see where you are now? Can you see you at the other side of what your worst fear is right now? Can you actually see an outcome? Can you see where you are going to be? Can you? I've got some lovely thoughts. And depending on what your fears are, because obviously we may talk to that on an individual basis, depending on what your fears are, I can see the end of a lot of your fears. I can see where you're going to go. That's because obviously I've been there. But yeah, let's talk about them on an individual basis, what your own fears are, unless you're happy to keep popping them in the nose. So 8, here we go. So what are you doing about it? What are you doing about getting over your fears? Are you actively making life choices? Are you actively seeking help? Are you actively working on yourself? You know, what are you doing? What are you doing to stop this fear? Are you facing it and fighting it? Are you facing it and doing it anyway? Have you got that fear and still working through it, you know? Or are you holding yourself back from doing anything because of the fear? You know, where are you with it? Okay. So that's all our questions for today, ladies. What I shall do is I shall link in at the bottom how you can get hold of me. I know all of you on here do know anyway. But if you need to find out more information about who I am, what I can do for you, you can either visit my website, and all you need to do is in Google is put zeldamarsh.com.au or just Zelda Marsh. You'll find my website for Manifest Merriment After Divorce. You know, you're already on my group with all the links on there because this is just for you guys. Yeah, I might actually put this on YouTube though, and people can access it. Nobody will see who I'm talking to, just for my benefit of people working with the questions. All right. So, all right then, darlings. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for joining me. Love you lots, and I will speak to you very soon. All right. Take care.